my god, sensitivity. Since my video about Battlefield 4 did so well, I figured I'd go pay his big brother a visit. I've never played this game except the multiplayer after it had already kind of died off, and it wasn't for very long. I got it on my Xbox One, I think, and it was backwards compatible. I played it a little bit and didn't really mess with it beyond that. I got into Battlefield games as Battlefield 4 was releasing, so I haven't experienced much before 4, but I am so mad at this game for one reason. It made me realize how badly I got treated growing up, because to me, this triumphs over all the games I've played so far. I've played everything from Battlefield 4 up to the new ones, the brand new one, and nothing is even close to comparing to this. Battlefield 3 has to be my favorite Battlefield of all time from now on. It's definitely my new favorite story. It's perfect, down to the minute details. The entire story is you being investigated for shooting your commanding officer and working with a Russian soldier, and you don't know that at the start. It just kind of unfolds. So the story starts is you're on a train. As soon as you get on the train, you start clearing it out of terrorists, and then all of a sudden you get to the final part of it, and then you get hit over the head or whatever, and you get knocked down, and then it cuts to 8 hours before. And it's you in an interrogation room telling them what had happened over the last 2 or 3 weeks, days, whatever it is. And basically what it is they're investigating you because there's 2 nukes missing and nothing's really lining up in your story. All your witnesses are dead, and you're trying to explain to them that you're not the guy in the wrong here, someone else is. It even bounces around with a lot of the characters. You get to play as Dima, for an example. A viewer of mine kept mentioning Dima, and I didn't know who that was off the top of my head because I feel like I had heard that name, but I didn't really pinpoint it. Once I realized who that was, I about flipped my shit. Dima is the prisoner in Battlefield 4 that when you get put in the prison, he rips all the shit off the walls and saying he has radiation. And the entire time I was playing Battlefield 4, I was joking, saying he looked like a ghoul from Fallout. I didn't realize how accurate I was. Told Dima to go, lol, no. Dima was in BF4 in the prison. Oh yeah! Fuck me to tears. That's who that is! I couldn't handle that information either because I was like, that's so sick. I love when games connect each other with their like other counterparts, like the new one will connect to the old one and all that and whatever. It's always a nice feeling for the people that played the one before. I never got the feeling until right now in 2024. Also, the guy interrogating you in all these scenes and stuff is the new General Shepard, the one from the newest Modern Warfare games, 2019, 2022, and whatever year that Modern Warfare 3 came out, 2023. That blew my mind. I didn't even know he was like a voice actor, mocap, actor, whatever at that time, dude. This was 2011. I'd never seen him before. And now I realize why people were saying he's perfect as General Shepard, because he always perfects like a corrupt officer or a corrupt president or something. He's always doing something sketchy. And the actor that plays him is perfect at his role when he does this. And I don't know what it is about it. No wonder they picked him for the new General Shepard. This story took me about 4 hours to beat. I did it in one big long haul in like 3 o'clock in the morning to like 9 o'clock in the morning. I did it in one big span. So it is kind of short like Battlefield 4's campaign, but honestly, it was the most action-packed campaign story for 4 hours that I've ever seen. You can't fit this many iconic missions in any game within 4 hours, let alone as well as they did it in this, where it actually tells a good story. For years when I think this game, I'll definitely be thinking about how iconic the missions are in this. If someone asks me about Battlefield 3, the first thing that's going to pop in my head is the mission in the jet. When you're taking off from the aircraft carrier, and the rain's hitting the canopy, and it feels like you can almost smell the moisture in the air. It's so f***ing perfect. You wouldn't believe it. How is this from 2011? Look at that. Look at the rain on my lenses. I've always said that iconic missions make games, like Modern Warfare 2's Ice Pick mission from my childhood, like the recent Modern Warfare 2 where you're hanging upside down from a helicopter, like Trevor in GTA finding out that Michael's under witness protection and he killed Brad. If you put in the work, you get something beautiful every time. And a lot of these new game companies and all these devs and stuff won't put in the work and make an iconic mission and go and think of a fun way they could make a mission just have some spark and some flame. They don't want to add new mechanics and stuff because all it is going to bug and it's gonna break the game most likely. But this was just a simpler time when it just didn't do that. You could have different stuff. You could have fun with it. It's becoming such a rare occurrence to have these things. and it shatters my heart because I understand that the more complex computing gets, the more errors we're going to run into. So it's really hard to kind of do a campaign mission like this where it's not just going to immediately shatter. It's taken GTA 6 like 20 years to get made because they want to make it perfect, and it's just so hard to do in this day and age, especially if you want to add anything fun to the game and not just have a walking simulator. Death Stranding. Don't even get me started on the weapons and handling of this game. It feels like Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1 had a baby. The handling is flawless. I loved the gunfights. I loved every gun that I used. I didn't have any issues with the shotguns, the snipers, the assault rifles, the SMGs. It was all flawless. Guns actually have recoil, too. Like real recoil. And they're terrifying sounding. Have you ever seen somebody actively dodge bullets while playing the game? Because I did it like 10 times while playing this. I have to go within the fire. We're good.
Oh shit. I'm in the middle of yawning. Give me a second.
All ass, please. Something I wasn't expecting was the quick timed events in this game. A lot of the hand-to-hand combat in the story where you're walking through and somebody will grab the tip of your gun or something, which I feel like doesn't happen a lot in real life, but still, I mean, it's very possible, especially when you're a lone soldier in a lot of this. It kind of feels like God of War, which I didn't know would work in a Battlefield game, but it does, and why don't we still have this? Hand-to-hand is so fun, and again, you get to it feels like you're really fighting. It's all or nothing in this game to me. I'm gonna glaze this game to my death because I don't have one complaint. I don't think this is the first video I've ever made where there's not one complaint. I didn't run into any bugs. I didn't run into any issues. I had fun. There was no bad. It was just, it was all good. Keep in mind, if you go back and watch the VOD, which I may release the full VOD, I do complain a lot, but that's just typical me, so forgive me. The graphics are amazing. Keep this in mind. This came out in 2011. I was 7 years old when this released. I put this on ultra settings and put 144 Hertz on my monitor, and I could hardly tell a difference between this and real life. It is actually gorgeous. In the last few years, I've barely been wowed by graphics, man. Most of the time, there's always some artifacts on the screen, or it looks funny, it just has a little blur to it. There's always something about graphics that just get me, but I actively wouldn't shut up about how good this game looked. And so did my Twitch chat. Everybody was talking about how good the graphics were while I was streaming it, because again, this is just such a rare occurrence. And then when I would mention it's from 2011, dude, some of my viewers would even be like, bro, I wasn't even born yet. I'm like, oh my god. Because they were damn near better than Battlefield 4's, really. Better than Hardlines.
I know it's from 2011. It's blowing my mind right now. I do have it on ultra everything, but like, dude.
For all you old heads that were playing this in high school when this was released and then Transformers Revenge of the Fallen came out right after it, I love you. I see why you don't play video games anymore. Nothing can compare to this. Everything's been a disappointment from this day forward. I'll never play another Call of Duty Black Ops game. You know why? Black Ops 2 was released in 2012. It didn't even compare to this to me. It just didn't. Maybe I need to go back and play them. Any of them. This destroys them to me. Please don't kill me in the comments. I'm just playing. Alright, all in all, play this game. Play it. Even the multiplayer has a bunch of servers that are active. There's still people playing it. The story takes 4 hours. On your day off of work or your day off of school on a weekend, just play through the game. Just get in it. I promise. You won't regret it. You'll have fun. Even though you gotta open it through a web browser on PC, which is actual serial killer activity. And that's it. So yeah.